morning, and it's actually a morning for once because it's 11 o'clock. It's 11 o'clock.
Well done,
And today we're going to go see
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. And we're going to go see Harry Potter because we're very silly and we've left it to the second to last viewing, and the last viewing is when I can't get a day off. So we've got up really early to go watch the second to last viewing of Harry Potter. We're still getting nachos though.
We're still getting nachos.
Nachos breakfast.
It's the last nacho day.
Oh, it's last nacho day as well. Once a month, if you have a Limitless card, you get like a special offer. And this month, you get 30% off nachos. And nachos are our favourite. So, we're getting nachos. Goodbye breakfast nachos. So, I'm back home now, and oh, I have had just a day. It's a day. One, Harry Potter was amazing. I actually loved it. It's not Harry Potter, it's Fantastic Beasts and Where You to Find Them, and that was actually really good. I'm so glad I went to cinema to go see it. Yay! So glad it technically didn't cost me money because it was on a Limitless card. Yay! Kind of still cost me money though. Then I went to work afterwards, and that was good. And it took half my target for the day. And then we traded in a really cool thing I want to show you. A hardback Watchmen signed by Dave Gibbons. And unfortunately, the poor lad was very disappointed to find out that it's not actually worth that much because Dave Gibbons is a wonderful man and signs everything. So unfortunately, it kind of isn't that special. I was like, if it's signed by Alan Moore, it'd be worth a lot more. But it doesn't matter. But we traded that in. That was kind of cool. It's pretty. And this poor guy came in with a bunch of comics. And he rang up, as most people do, and said, got a lot of rare comics here. I was like, okay. Weirdly, for some reason, a comic collector who knows comics will never ring up saying that. The more you try and sell something to me, the more I know it's not worth what you're trying to sell. And for some reason, I just knew, because it happens all the time, that it wasn't going to be worth anything. And he came in and he handed me a folder full of 80s to 90s independent comics, like Image comics before they were good. And then he handed me a little box full of Star Wars graphic novels, which are never worth anything. They're like on Amazon, they're being sold for like 50p, you know, with £2 postage. It's crazy. And then he handed me this massive tub. Honestly, it came up to like your knees. It was that big, and it was full of comics, and I could see it, and I was like, fair enough, that might be something. He opened the lid and they're all oversized British ones, and I was like, I'm gonna stop you right there. I was like, genuinely, there could be some that are worth something in there, but 99% of them are worth nothing. There is no market for them. Nobody wants them. It's American-sized comics that can hold any value, really. And I had to tell him, I was like, if we buy them in, it's 5p a comic. So this guy had gone from like trying to sell me these really expensive comics to realizing he didn't really have that many. The most expensive comic he got was £1. And as I was going through the wallet, they were in like A4 clear wallets, or as I found out from my Irish friend, Polly Pockets, that they call them in Ireland. That was a toy I played with when I was a kid. Doesn't matter. And I just said, can I take them out the sleeve, you know, to price them up? And he went, yeah, you can take them out the sleeve, but some of them are still like sealed in plastic. Like when in the 80s, when they used to come on like free cards and stuff, they'd seal them in plastic. And I was like, I just looked at him and went, I know comics. I know not to open them if they're sealed, factory sealed. And it was just like, the moment he said that, I was like, you have no faith in me at all, do you? You don't know. And it's so insulting. I own a comic shop. I deal in comics on a daily basis. I price comics up for a living. I have to make sure they are the right price, otherwise I will get a bad reputation of being overpriced, or I won't make money because I'm underselling them. And not only that, I sell them because it is my passion. It is my hobby. I do this because I enjoy comics. So when someone comes in, which is almost daily, and questions me and talks to me and tries to sell me what I know is a pile of and then tries to make it sound better than it is, and I'm over it. He's actually a really nice guy. Like, this guy specifically was very polite and he was very okay with it. Obviously, he was like, I'm not going to trade them in. And I was like, that's fine. And he didn't say it horribly. He was like, oh, he obviously just wanted more money and he thought he could get more money elsewhere. So fair play to him. And to be honest, I didn't want them. So, you know, it was good either way, I suppose, in a way. But yeah, it happens a lot. It happens a lot. And I get very tired of it, and I do lose my patience sometimes, or I want to lose my patience and just be like, I just want to scream to them down the phone, I know comics and you don't. I know comics, you don't. I'm right, you're wrong. I'm big, you're small, and there's nothing you can do about it. I'm actually quite small, I'm only like 5'5". But I couldn't resist a good Matilda reference. I'm reading a comic right now because I've got to read comics because I got to review them. And there's about this princess. It's Lady Castle. And I'm quite impressed because she sings for like a good chunk of it. And I like, when I'm reading on my own, I like to read them out and do the voices because it's fun. And she's like just singing, and I was like making my own tune up as she was singing. But then she starts singing a new song. And it's, little town, it's a quiet village, every day like the one before. Courtyard full of busy women, they send me letters to confess. Does that sound like anything you know? Warning, warning, this is not a drill. I am about to sing. Yes, 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 people. Sing. Little town, it's a quiet castle, every day like the one before. Courtyard full of busy women, they send me letters to confess. Okay, it doesn't fit like perfectly, but there you go. Oh, it doesn't stop there. There goes the Barbara Riley's sister, bloodletting customers are rare. With flames and leeches too, she hasn't much to do, but really she just wants to style your hair. Our bakers used to be two stern stout brothers, their wives are left to grind and bake. Only bread the king decreed, with so many mouths to feed, but everybody longs to taste some cake. I promise it really is over soon, just bear with me, okay? Her uncle owns our only shop for clothing, with fabric brought from far away. But Valentina's left to run a boring business that's no fun. She wants to sew fine dresses every day. There must be more than this in prison life. My sister Gwyneth has her freedom always, until she turns 12 just like me. She wants to be a knight, but only men can fight. If only— Oh, would you stop with the singing? There you go there. So I've opened up to you a little bit there. What I'm like when no one's watching, even the camera. But yeah, it's Sleeping Beauty. Sleeping Beauty. Beauty and the Beast. There we go. That's so cool. I think it is. Or I've just made it fit. It's a good coincidence either way. I like it. So I've bought a creative writing exercise, workshop online. And I've just done the first part now, and we've been learning about dramatic elements and plot versus story, and it's quite cool because then after you've done each section you actually get quizzed on it. It's only like 6 questions for this one, but yeah, I've just done one now, and it was the protagonist's plot is the physical journey, and it was true. Story is your protagonist's emotional journey of change. True. Which dramatic element describes the reason you want to write? Passion. What dramatic element describes the message you want to impart on your readers? Theme. Which dramatic element describes what your character must overcome to solve his or her problem? Flaw. Wow, there's like... This is the most flawed quiz ever. Which dramatic element combines your character's flaw and few plot details to concisely describe your story? Oh, I don't know. How about the 4th one? Oh dear. Oh, but yay, you did well. There we go.